Bump, Bashers. Hey, Bashers, how are you? It is Friday night, January 9th. How are you? I'm going to have some tea. I'm sure a lot of you are probably still watching Oisín's stream. Very interesting. I took a nap because I'm trying to get over the illness. Hope you guys are well. I guess when he comes over, we'll probably be talking about a lot of events that are going on in the world right now. I won't be drinking tonight. Sorry, Dino and them, who prescribed for me some double whiskey, but I just don't feel up to the task. So I'm just going to stick with tea and honey for right now. Hope you don't mind. Shane McGee at number 1. Big Bash Boom. All right. Amazing. Look at you, Big Bash Boom. Holy crap. Shane McGee at number 1. Is that your first time at number 1? It might very well be. And the incomparable Gallery Boom, number 2. Second indeed. How are you, Gallery? Bear with me. I think I'm better than I was yesterday, so I won't be sneezing. And I also have this amazing cough syrup, which seems to be doing the trick. So hopefully it'll keep me from the big old sneezies tonight. And it'll probably be a shorter show than usual because there won't be any drinking and stuff like that. But anyway, probably a more serious show, maybe just a little bit more thought-provoking now that lots of things have come out and we have a lot of things to dissect and talk about. Catavision, says Ray Ray. Indeed, Catavision always. Panel Power, David Bowie's childhood home at 4. Placetown Grove in Bromley will be restored and open to the public. It'll be used for creative workshops for young people. Isn't that a beautiful thing? The incomparable Mr. Bowie. Incomparable, indeed. Vasilios P, number 3, upvoted. Technically 5, I think. But hey, who's counting? Dave Fahrenheit 451. How are you, Dave? Great to have you live on the show. How are you? Melly C, the beautiful Melly C. Big hearts out to you. Happy Friday, Dirk, and all the beautiful people. Thank you, beautiful ladies of the Bash. Spearheaded by our very own Melly C. How are you? And Mr. Brooker, evening all. Shall catch the replay. Have a great weekend and upvoted. Thank you, Mr. Brooker. How are you? And Andrew Wolkowitz starting off with a bang, 10 Canadian dollars. Congratulations, Shane McGee. Might I suggest people start watching old movies and television shows as opposed to watching the news? That's what he's been doing. He's been watching Westerns. I used to watch a lot of Westerns with my dad. My dad was a big-time Western fan, movie fan, Hollywood fan, but Westerns being his specific favorite thing. I think I've seen every Western now because of my dad. Watching the news, you'll enjoy your evening far more. Be kind to yourself and others. Hold them tight, man, because you never know what tomorrow might bring. Let me give you a big bang boom for that, of course. The Andrew Wolkowitz commemorative gong. I'm working tonight and we'll have to watch the show later. Upvote and subscribe, everyone. Enjoy the show and the time together. Bastards are family. We are indeed. Let's whatever we talk about later on, let's listen to people's opinions. Let's talk about what we actually see and hear and all those things important before we pass judgment on people. Please upvote. Have a great weekend, Bashers. Martin Bronson, the king of the forest, upvoted. Hi, Martin Bronson. And beautiful Louise, the ladies of the Bash. Great to have you live. Good evening, Dirk, and all the Bashers. Hi, Louise. Looking beautiful. Ray Ray's here. Glenn Parker is the place to be. Happy Friday, you lovely people. Indeed, Glenn Parker. Well said, Andrew. Indeed. How are you guys all? Yeah, so, yeah, you guys know I have the flu, so first time ever, as far as I know. I mean, I was tested, so now I know that I have the flu. And it's okay. I'm just I'm doing what I'm supposed to do because I don't want it to get any further, because this flu that's going around is apparently very, very nasty. And, I'm no spring chicken anymore. So I certainly don't want to be exacerbating it in any way, shape, or form. And while the idea of a double whiskey sounds enticing, it also sounds, I don't want to mix it with this stuff because I know that there's alcohol in here. I know that there is, because makes me feel a little crazy. Also, this is the stuff you might have seen the short that I did today. I got a bunch of these things. I'll have another one of these, this turmeric liquid. God awful tasting. I mean, blah. Luckily for me, it's very quick though. But how did it make me feel? I don't know, man. I took a 2-hour nap. But we'll see. I'll take another one when the big guy gets on the show and see how he's doing. So some new footage is out. I guess maybe when Oisín comes on the show, he'll have that stuff ready and we could talk about it. And we're just in a very ugly place if you read the headlines. in the news. It seems like the world is really going to hell in a handbasket. Iran, Ukraine, Milikovsky up to his no good, the American Gestapo, lots of bad stuff, things that you would never expect to happen in your lifetime. I never thought so. So yeah, who knows? Who knows what's happening? We don't usually do the Gallery of Bastards on Friday, but if you have anything you want to say, or if you have anything you want to show the gang, feel free to send it to basherdirk@gmail.com. That is basherdirk@gmail.com. I'll have that up, and I can pull up whatever you might have in the chats while we're chatting. So I'm wearing my first Omega in space tonight. What are you guys all wearing on your wrist? It's getting hard to pick a watch for the night. I was looking through my thing and I was like, you know what? I'm feeling speedy. I'm feeling retro vintage. So why the hell not? Was everybody? Is he still on? I'm sure he is. He's got John on it. It's always a great show because, as you guys all know, that John has a career in law enforcement. He has a career in I'm not going to say what agencies, but some very specific agencies, some highly classified intelligence. It's a guy that has some great insight, and getting his insight is always very interesting from the other side of the perspective, because as lay people, as the public, it's not always easy for us to see things the way that law enforcement do. They see things from a totally different color palette due to their training and their experience. So it's always very difficult for us to parse when things unfold the way that they do. All in all, it's tragic and terrible, and nobody wishes it on anybody, but it should be an interesting thing. I'm very curious to see. I hope he brings John over, because I love talking to John, and he's always a great addition to the show. Oh, John's gone, huh? Ray says that John is gone. Oh, that's a shame. I love having John. John, if you're listening, I'm more than welcome to have you on the show. We love having you on the show. It's always great to have the perspective of professional people who have way more experience in these kinds of things, because we look at them through a totally different lens. It's very reactionary. It's very emotional. It's very, very easy for people to. I had some very bad experiences since this unfolded, and you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of Facebook because it's just kind of like a place where people scream at clouds. But my first reaction to it was just probably like a lot of people. If you veer left or you veer right, you're going to probably react a certain way. And now that I've seen what's out there, I have a different perspective on it. My conclusion is still the same. I still think that she should be alive. But I do think, there was some agitation there, not maybe on her part, but maybe on her partner's part. It was very interesting. And I didn't get a chance to watch any of Usha's show because I'm sick and I'm trying to take care of business here, trying to get better as quick as possible. I don't have time to be sick, man. I just don't have too many things on the fire. It's very, very difficult, especially taking care of a 90-year-old lady. You got to make sure you don't put her in harm's way. So it's very, very difficult. So yeah, I wish I was drinking. It would be a lot more fun. But I don't think it's a good idea for me to be doing that at all. So John left already. I'm surprised by that. But they were probably talking for 2 hours, and taking up that guy is he's not retired as far as I know. I believe he is still active in whatever duties he's been assigned to. So it's very nice that he is able to come on and give a perspective from that angle, because, like I said, people in the general public, we're not trained in certain things. I also, think that their training can sometimes be overreactionary because they're constantly on the defensive, or they need to be on the defensive, because in America, I don't know how it works in your country, but in America, law enforcement here is generally people who seem to veer extremely to the right. It's the law and order party. Very, very rarely do you meet people in law enforcement that are left leaning. And the reason for that is a couple of things. One of them is that they see the worst part of society. They're constantly up against, um, people who break the law, and they feel, in which I don't agree with, they feel that the right are more law-abiding citizens, which is obviously a load of hogwash. But you know what I mean. Stuff like that. Facebook is the pits. Facebook is just a place where people go and scream at clouds. And while I don't say very much on there, I did say something um, to what I would consider, it's not like the Bashers where I know my crew, and we have a couple of people who fall on other sides of the aisle. But man, the maelstrom that you can get on Facebook is just incredible, because I said something about it was very vague and it wasn't specific. And a girl that I went to school with 50 years ago, I went to parochial school, grammar school with, she said, I said, "Oh my God, what a horrific thing that happened in Minnesota." And, that, et cetera. And she wrote, she got what she deserved, FAFO, which means fuck around and find out. Now, I had to look that up because I didn't know what it meant, but apparently this is some kind of mantra that people like to speak, especially when they are of the very far right persuasion. And, like, in other words, like, yeah, try me. Basically, that's what it's saying. If you want to fuck around, and you're gonna find out. And then I said, well, you should watch the video. You could see that there's no reason for him to have done what he did. And she goes, I watched it from every angle. Good shot. And that set off a whole cavalcade of people commenting on this woman. And I don't know her. I knew her 50 years ago. Turns out she's in law enforcement. Okay. So she's got, I don't know what area of law enforcement that she's in. I don't know if she's a prison guard, or, if she works in a very highly dangerous, intense situation. Who the hell knows? I mean, we've seen television shows about people who work in prisons, or in lockups, or all kinds of places where violence is extremely prevalent. So that could certainly sway you. Listen, I have the utmost respect for law enforcement and for the police. It's a very tough job. I certainly wouldn't want to do it. I do not believe in my heart of hearts that police officers and law enforcement go into that job with the idea that it's their right to hurt, detain, and kill people. I know a lot of people on the far left think that. I think that that's hogwash. I don't believe in defunding the police. I never have. Do I think certain people with a little bit of a lower IQ wind up in civil servant jobs because you can pass a test and get through some basic training to get where you need to go? I think it's very possible. I mean, we've all come into contact. Listen, what I came in contact with this year, I've never had any brushes with the law in my entire life, ever, until DL. And I wound up in a situation where rationality and conversation got me absolutely nowhere. Just these two thug-like people came after me as if I was some kind of common criminal. That psychologically had a tremendous took a toll on me. I after the incident happened, not only did I not believe that something like that could actually happen, I just was so overwhelmed by the fact that it did. That was that real? Did that really just happen? How could I, knowing who I am, as a person, law-abiding person who generally tries to be on the right side of things, could be put in a situation where anybody could think of that? It's like an ego thing. You actually think, like, did those people actually think that I was some kind of criminal? And that is, the other side of the coin. Whereas they thought, because DL had called the police against me, it was almost like proven guilty first, before innocent, So, yeah, so John sees things from a completely different lens than we do. You also have to understand that right now in America, we're in a situation where our current administration has given free rein to a lot of people to go into cities and pursue people. We've never had that kind of activity on our land. We've never had a law enforcement agency come into our cities, like they've had in several other different stratas of society, and question our citizens. Like, let me see your papers. People are now being asked for their ID on a regular basis. We've never really had to have that before. But maybe what's true is 250 years after the creation of this country, maybe it's the growing pains have finally gotten to the point now where the boiling point is we're going to be a completely different nation. I don't know. It'll be very, very interesting to see. So if you have anything you want to send to me, you can send it to basherdirk@gmail.com. That's basherdirk@gmail.com, and open up the conversation. Ray says, fuck yeah, go America, please. Yeah. Listen, the police have a very, very hard job. There's some very, very real criminals out there in the world. I just saw earlier today, I saw the body cam footage, and did it look like the front of her car tapped him? It does. Did he get hit by the car? I wouldn't say he got hit by the car, but say he had put himself in the front of her car. I didn't think that her wife was doing anything that could possibly help her. But I will say one thing: after he shot her 3 times in the face, he said, "Fucking bitch." That is clear that that's what he said. That sounds like malice on the highest level. You don't just kill somebody and then say, "Fucking bitch." That's going to be very damning, I think, when it comes time. And is it possible? Is this guy going to be held responsibility in any way, shape, or form with the way the current administration is set up? I mean, you saw the director of Homeland Security. I will never say her name. She's the puppy killer. You saw her immediately, before anybody had seen anything, saying that they were terrorists. And then the president said, she was an agitator and a paid dissident. I mean, it all sounds pretty crazy to me. I have no idea. I don't even know if in today's day and age something like this is prosecutable. And I also wonder, with all the crap that's going on in the rest of the world, giving license to invading Venezuela, and is Taiwan going to be safe now? We all know that now Ukraine, that's probably off the table, because we're proving that we are no better than anybody else by going in and taking all these different things. I don't know. It's crazy, crazy, crazy world we're living in right now. It's crazy. Hey, Joe LaFaro. Hey, Jojo. As in America, fuck yeah. Right. I haven't watched that in a long time, but listen, a lot of people feel that way. That's very interesting. I don't want to be reactionary. Yeah, it is very true. They are. That's exactly who they are. Listen, I don't know what's going to be the end result of this whole thing. It seems it's tragic on every single solitary level. People rush to judge on the left and on the right. Should this have happened? No, it should not have happened. I would like to probably know what happened maybe before the videos that we've seen, like why was the car there in the middle of the road? There's a lot of other things to look at. There's a lot of very interesting and a lot of nuance when it comes to a thing like this. It's not like they just knocked on some woman's door and just shot her in the face. There is, her wife was hostile for sure, but she was like in a benign way. She's like, go get yourself lunch, big boy. It's it's not exactly AKs in the back seat. You could see that they're in a car with stuffed animals in the glove box and a dog in the back seat. It's a family car. It's, if anything, it's just a lot of bravado on her wife's part. And here's the other thing, and I can't stress this enough, and I feel this way, and I was taught this when I was a young person, that if the police tell you to do something, you should comply. Resisting arrest is never a very good idea, and they weren't resisting arrest, they were just not complying. And I believe that this woman was extremely frightened, and she said, I'm not mad at you, I'm not mad at you. Looked like she was pulling out. I don't think anybody will disagree that she turned her wheel to the right and she was looking to go the other way, and that the cop had positioned himself in the front of her car. They were kind of blocking her, and as she tried to get away, pop, pop, pop. It happened very, very fast. And then he did say, fucking bitch. You just killed somebody. I don't know if that's the right choice of words I would use. I don't know. It's crazy. Forgot I was using my Carbon 1000. Oh, you have to, right, Power? Because you're blocked on his show. I don't know why you're blocked on his show. I still, to this day, don't understand why. You guys pretty much fall in line politically and philosophically and a lot of things. I don't know. What did you say, Power? Ray says he's en route. I already went through my cup of tea. I was really hoping that he'd bring John along, though, because I love listening to him. I'll have to rewind his show to see exactly what John's perspective is. I pretty much think I know, having been on a panel with him many times. He is a very, very measured, thoughtful person, as anybody in that line of work needs to be. You cannot go by some gut visceral reaction. You have to look at the evidence. You have to listen to the recordings. You have to watch every frame by frame. You have to dissect it specifically, because now a woman's life is lost, and it was at the hands of American law enforcement. And I don't know, do we take that seriously anymore? Or is it Trump's Stasi? Is that true? It is, because listen, we all know that he's Teflon. Nothing sticks to him. It's incomparable to me. But here's the big guy right now. Hey.
Sorry it took me so long.
That's okay. You were wrapping up your show. I caught the last 10 minutes of it because, I took a nap because I'm sick. But
okay.
Yeah, Shem was like, oh shit. I was like, I wish he brought John on, because I was dying to hear John's perspective on this. But I pretty much, I guess I know the way John handles things and how he would. Like I said, John, if you're still listening, you're welcome to come on. I know he's a busy guy, and I explain to everybody.
If John comes on, he'll probably just want to talk about watches or so.
Oh, that's cool too.
Some things, girls. He has a beautiful wife, and he doesn't need to talk about girls. But you know what I mean, like something light.
Yeah, that too.
Because every time he's on my fucking show, it's always heavy shit. We were just
everybody
saying.
Wants to pick his brain for, his perspective, and I was.
Well, I mean, if it was ever true, it was tonight. Because man, does that guy know everything about that situation that we spoke about? Everything. So, and he knows ICE officers and everything. So it's like, yeah. Good stuff.
I was just saying to the crew, listen, people from law enforcement are generally, I would say, a very high percentage of those people are very right leaning.
Yeah.
But they do see things from a different lens than the general public do. They are constantly on the defensive because they need to be, because lots of bad things can happen. We just love to get out there with pitchforks. And listen, I caught what you said at the very end, and I agree 100%. That's when I first saw it, my reaction was one thing. And then when I finally saw the body cam footage, while it hasn't changed my opinion of the whole thing as a whole, I still think what happened was incredibly egregious and horrible. It's like, oh, okay. So now there's a new picture here. We've got the aggressive wife, but in a very.
Actually, I would disagree. But that's what many of my viewers are saying, that the body cam footage changed anything. To me, it hasn't changed anything at all, not in the slightest. And actually, for John, it made it worse. He was like, "Oh shit, that's even worse now." What he saw.
Well, what made it worse for me was like her wife being so benign and going, "All right, big boys, go get some lunch."
That has nothing to do with anything.
Right,
you say terrible things all the time. Should I come shoot you for the terrible things you say?
No, but what he did was he pops her 3 times in the head and he goes, "Fucking bitch."
Yeah,
that was extremely damning.
Very damning.
Extremely.
And for John looking technically at the whole thing,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to. First of all, what is he doing on his phone? Why is he circling the car like that? Like a fucking like he has an obligation to uphold the law in the area and so on. There were so many damning things for him. He was just like, oh, man, this is worse. But I heard from people on my fucking Instagram and so on going, oh, did you see the body cam footage? Oh, now you understand.
No. All it did for me was it. Listen, there's so much nuance when it comes to this thing, and that's the problem. You see one video, you're like, okay, these guys, this modern day Gestapo, the Stasi, they came in, they killed her, they're killing all the citizens. That's how I felt. Okay, that's how I felt.
I felt like one guy made a
rogue officer.
He made a stupid decision, and he's a bit of a goon, and he wasn't trained properly, and he lost his reason. And I think that Kristi Noem, if she was a real human being, which I don't believe she is,
she's not. She's
a fucking ghoul, devil,
ghoul.
demon, bitch. But I think if she was a real human, she would say, "Listen, we don't know everything yet. It looks like an unfortunate situation. Our ICE officers are doing the best they can, but they're obviously in a tough spot out there in the field. And it seems that this, we have to investigate." And she would have been much more diplomatic about everything. Instead, she just went right for the jugular, and so did Trump. Surprise.
First thing, it's spin control. It's first thing that they do.
Trump was like, it's a miracle he's still alive.
Isn't it a miracle?
And she's like, he was rushed off to hospital. We can clearly see he was not rushed off to hospital.
There's no limping either. If he went to the hospital, it was during debrief. Quick, get him to the hospiil.
Right. It's just the lying is making everything worse.
It's all lies, man.
Yeah,
and it's so much. I hate the term gaslighting because people have been misappropriating it for so long. But this is in its absolute dictionary form. What the U.S. government is doing right now is gaslighting the American people by saying, "Oh, these are not the droids you're looking for." That's what this is.
It is. These are not the droids you're looking for.
That's what it is.
Truly is.
It truly is. These are not the droids you're looking for. And so I was telling the crew when it first happened, I saw it. I put something on Facebook, which it's very. You want to pick a fight? Go on Facebook. And a girl that I went to school with 50 years ago from grammar school, my Catholic grammar school, wrote, and this is the big kind of right wing slogan, FAFO. They love to use that.
I got a few of those in my chat.
Yeah, which I had to look up because I didn't know what it meant.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. All right. Well, at least now you know.
Now I know.
Okay.
Fuck around and find out. Ooh, that's like try me. Basically, is what that is. That's. Yeah, you're gonna fuck around. You're gonna find out. It's a very violent fucking thing to say. And she wrote, I saw it from every angle. Great shot.
Yeah, she was reveling in it. She was reveling
in it. It turns out she works for the New York City. She works in police enforcement in some way. I was like, okay. And then I went and I looked at her page, and then I immediately defriended her because I was like, I don't want to know you. And it was all "don't tread on me" and all kinds of conspiratorial crap and lots of OAN and lots of Newsmax. And listen, the left is just as guilty. I know people somebody posted a story on last night because I kept following it up because all my friends were like, grabbing their pitchforks and going after her.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's the point? There's no point here. And then my friend Ron, who was a customer of mine at Rio for 25 years, he posts all these things on the far left that are not even true. He goes to some website where it turns out that it said 57% of the House approached Donald Trump for his resignation last night. It was like big news, like headlines, like somebody put this whole thing together. Yeah. And I'm like, oh man. I'm like, Ron, you know that's not true.
You're supposed to have your wits about you, no matter what side you're on. You're supposed to be able to see where the hyperbole is and where the real shit is. If you don't have those skills, if you don't have those skills, the internet told me.
The internet told
If
me.
you're there, I don't know what to say to you. There's no words that I can say that will bring you around or whatever or help you. You know, uh, we're into human nature here. That's what we're into. I just finished my thing while you went live. I just finished my thing about the whole idea of teams. You know, that's the thing that bothers me. You know, people take sides. They have teams.
Sure.
So on one side, people will see her car spinning off as an aggression towards the officer. The other side will see her car spinning off as her trying to get out of there so she doesn't get arrested.
Sure.
And you're only going to see the one that you want or you like to see. And it's the same as sports. You go into a bar in Boston, some fat dude sitting at the bar with
Don't
his
go into
beer.
a bar in Boston.
Please don't do that. And say, hey, are the Red Sox better than the Yankees?
Oh,
of course they are. You know, of course they are. And the same thing in New York.
Sox.
Are the Yankees better than the of course. The actual
Tribalism.
information is not important.
Yeah.
They're going to side with their own. And that's
Always.
just their nature. And they even when it's and that was one of the good things about having John on, because he works for the U.S. government. He's in law enforcement in many different capacities over the years.
Sure.
He has used his firearm. He admitted that tonight on the show,
Oh shit!
Regrettably, and he's still got the wherewithal to see that the situation was wrong, and to see that the officer firing into her window as she sped away. Probably the shot.
As we all hopefully know, having seen all of the edicts and the handbooks and all of the things from including ICE, that is completely not procedural to do so.
No.
So we now know that even if you didn't think so, like, I mean, he's scared for his life. Well, they are trained to not do that specifically.
No, you can't do that. No, I mean, the guy running, unless he's got a shotgun and he shot a lot of people and you think he's going to run and shoot other people.
Shoot him.
If he's running away or driving away with that kind of intent, then it'll work. It'll fly in court. But otherwise, you can't do that to a fleeing. You can't just shoot them from behind it. Despite what the movies show us. Like, it's not.
Can I just sound like a real old-fashioned fella for a minute? And a woman? Really? You shoot a woman? I mean, it's not like the guy with the shotgun who just shot all the people at the school. She's a woman in a car with a dog in the back. And that's what you do.
With her furry hat on and her wife, you know.
I mean, who knew that? But, I mean, you know how many people have said, oh, wife says it all. And then did you watch the...
Well, I saw what Fox News were doing.
I didn't.
I mean, the people who watch Fox are just. I mean,
I mean, get a brain, people. Just.
Yeah, I mean, it's so.
I was president. The first thing I do is shut that down.
Yeah, it was. Well, you wouldn't want to shut it down. You just use it to round them up. I go darker. I go darker.
That's even better. Yeah.
Flamethrower.
Ice cream, lollipops.
Lollipops.
All
Come on in.
Free today. Liberals, Democrats. And they're all free today.
No, I mean, they were doing that, it wasn't a woman who was shot, it was a lesbian woman who, had a wife and thought she was a poet. By the way, she won an award for her poetry. She wasn't a self-proclaimed poet, but they were going on it because what they're trying to do is they're trying to say, she's not like you. She's an other.
She's other.
And therefore, you shouldn't care about her dying. She's one of those woke, liberal, lefty dykes, whatever, that you don't. And she's over there. And you don't know people like that. And you never will. And you'll never have to. And therefore, don't mourn her death. That's essentially what they're doing in code.
Oh, 1,000,000%. I saw that on my Facebook page. One guy, and also, I'm not going to say this guy's name, but a guy that we used to work with for the SS United States is a highly decorated naval retiree.
Okay.
And he's a great fella.
Yeah.
And he posted his opinion on the whole thing. And first thing, one guy, apparently a guy that he knows, because you have to be friends with people kind of to comment on things, said, fucking dyke, stupid, all these crazy things. And then I wrote something and he wrote, blah, 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 and cats are gay.
That's beautiful that he said that.
We obviously went to my page and saw like pictures of Laverne and realized like, and he's like, oh, and P.S. cats are gay. And I wrote, yeah. I said, yeah, and not according to Hemingway, Mark Twain, and Ernst Blofeld.
Later on, you see him jerking off to some fucking dude with a big cock.
Thou doth protest too much.
Yeah, of course.
Right. Straight guys don't give a fuck. The cats
Straight guys don't have a problem with gay men.
At all.
Men who have suppressed sexuality. No, we don't. We're not
at all
in any way, or like whatever. More for us. You're leaving more girls for us. That's great. Have at it.
But maybe.
Maybe. In the meantime, make some nice dresses for them while you're on it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, you're going out with Pete tonight? Have a great night. You know,
JBB makes a good point. None of this will be your problem once you've moved to Italy.
Well, listen. Well, the funny thing is, he's laughing because, you got Maloney. It all depends on. I'm going to cancel my subscription to all things political. That's what I'm going to do. That's my point. I want to check out entirely. Yeah. I want to just, like we were talking the other day. 6 bottles of water are €1.89. Yay! I'm going to care about that stuff and leave all that other stuff to the future purveyors of politics, because you know what, I don't want to be involved anymore.
I can't guarantee that you'll be able to avoid it though, because the Italians are political people.
Sure.
So I can't guarantee that when you're at the local cafe or bar that you'll be able to avoid. You may not know who the fuck they're talking about because they'll have a problem with the Sindaco or with Meloni or with Salvini.
Intricacies,
you know, all the stuff, you know, which they're very passionate about. They have their own Trumps and their own Kamala Harrises and their own stuff that they get very riled over. So your first year of that might be a little bit, what did they say?
And I'll find out who he is and go, I love him. Wait a minute.
I'm just saying that it might just because the spritz and cafe everywhere.
No, I know. Listen. She's lasted way lot longer than anybody thought she would. Yeah. Listen, that's the thing. Also, you know, until I'm there for a couple of years and my Italian gets really, really good, you know, but I will miss, because that's what happens.
You'll just kind of you'll laugh a lot of it off.
Yeah, you miss
you'll hear comments. Yeah, you'll miss. Yeah, you will. That's gonna happen. You're gonna be
because you pick the 7 words out of that sentence that you know for sure, and you're like, guess what? Fill in the blanks on the other shit. That's what I do now. And like, because especially with the Italians when they speak so fast, I'm like lento, 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 lento. Please, God, it's so fast.
They're not that bad. Try Spanish, man.
Talk to Paul. I know a Puerto Rican speak Spanish very, very fast, but like Paul's cousin. His mom is an English teacher, and she's one of the most beautiful people in the world. And the first time I ever went to Italy, we stayed in her house 30 years ago or wherever. And I can't understand a word she says. And I said, for a teacher, I can't believe you speak so fast, knowing that, you know, like I'm not a native speaker. And then she finally slowed down because she has the most beautiful Italian, but I think it's the Finese in general. I noticed that
not the Finese in general. It's everywhere.
Is it everywhere?
That's just your only experience. It's everywhere. It used to happen with me that I'd speak with Italians all the time and hang out and all that, and then I'd turn on the news, like on TV, and I'd be like, oh, Jesus, I can't follow it. First of all, there's a lot of words, technical words, and broadcast words that I've never heard, and also like they're moving so fucking fast. I remember going, oh my God, like that's that next level of fluent. Now I don't have that problem because I turn it on, I'm like, I don't even think about that. So I remember having that issue.
Sure.
All I know is that when Spaniards talk, they speak at 400 miles an hour, and the Italians are at 100 miles an hour, not 400 miles.
Yeah, Spanish do speak very fast, especially if you listen to the Catalan and they put the in it. Like, what just happened?
Sheer speed that they go at is fucking amazing. But I do come across some Italians who speak extremely quickly, and I go, slow down for a second.
Yeah.
You know? So some people just have a way of, and they listen. For someone learning English, okay, who doesn't know English very well, if they watch my show on a Friday night, they're going to understand it. Do you think they have the same chance of understanding your show?
No.
You speak at 10 times the speed
I
speak.
do, yeah.
So think about that. Now, I have no problem understanding you or vice versa.
No.
But coming from the outside,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've been asked to
you
slow down.
drill through shit constantly, like
Yeah, I
really,
do.
really quickly. Yeah.
I am the Puerto Rican Italian of the English
Yeah.
language.
I'm gonna leave
And
you
Joe
in the car
LaFaro
for a
loves to
second.
ride
'Cause
newscasters. Yeah, because they're all gorgeous.
Yeah, because they're
What'd you
all
say?
beautiful.
They're all beautiful.
I gotta make some food. I gotta make
Go
some
make
food.
some
I
food.
haven't eaten. So I'll be back
I'll
in a
go through the
second. Maybe.
comments, see what they're saying. It's very, very true. Let's see. Where did I leave off? I don't want to be reactionary, but ISIS Trump Stasi. They definitely are. South Park did a great episode about ICE with Christy Nome. Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. I'm sorry, I just said her name. I promised I wouldn't. I promised I wouldn't. Panel Power. I don't know what got me blocked. Probably having a joke or correcting him whilst hating. Okay, that's probably it. Who knows? Could have been alcohol or whatever. Every man has his own football. Yeah, very true. Teams, tribalism. Man, once we start figuring out that we're all in the same boat, Hey, there's John. I appreciate you both, and sorry about the connection. The downside of living in the country. Oh, I didn't realize it. Did you have a bad connection? Yeah, you enjoy some food. If you want to come on in, please do. I guess I'll have you probably would need a new link. I'll make sure Sheen sends that to you. And stop calling me an expert. Well, more of an expert than either of us, that's for sure. Thanks for going on, John. Thanks for having a great from a pleasing thank you. Yeah, it's always great to hear from him, Yeah. There you go. That's exactly what it is. Perfect. Oh, you guys still got the water pistol, right? I don't even have the water pistol. I think they took it off my iPhone. They will always try to spin to serve their narrative. Yes, they do. Totally agree. You should be compliant with the police. Otherwise, you descend into anarchy. Very true. To me, as an outsider, the U.S. has too many law enforcement agencies. Well, I mean, I don't know if we have more than anybody else. Like, you've got the Garda, and then you've got several different kinds of police in Ireland, and you got the Polizia and the Carabinieri. I mean, we have the police, we have the state police and federal police. I don't know. Do we have more police than anybody? That's a great question, probably for John, because I don't think I can answer that with any kind of authority. I'm not qualified. 2 + 2 = 5. The new Orwell documentary ads. I believe it. Hey, beautiful Patricia Teague, ladies of the Bash. How are you, darling? The first time in my life when I don't believe anything this admit. Well, welcome, because I've never believed anything that they said. The other day he said that maybe we should cancel the next election. Now, that might sound like hyperbole, but I don't think anything that comes out of his mouth should be considered that, because he tells you exactly what he's going to do, and people love that. He's a straight shooter. I'm going to be the president for the rest. He said that too. Because maybe I'm the greatest president of all time. Maybe I should just be president forever. Well, that's what Putin's got. That's what Milikovsky's got. These are people that cannot be removed from office. And look what's happening in Iran right now. And that's a very interesting thing. Maybe we could talk about that. That would be very interesting to talk with John about the destabilization of Iran, and how now the Islamic government of Iran is blaming the United States because of what Donald Trump said. So is it going to be like a total jihad against Americans now because of that? Are we in that cauldron now? Are we in that is that what's going to happen next? I don't know. Gaslight, an incredible film. Ingrid Bergman and Charles Boyer. Indeed. It's one of the greatest. It's a great movie, and everyone should see it. Because you know what? I think that term has just been so misappropriated, but this is truly what we're looking at now. Some say the polarization in society is like flipping a coin. It's very interesting way to look at it, Very interesting. It's a tribal thing. Hey, Bert Dundee, tunnel vision. Yeah, I don't understand that. If you, we have our own eyes, we have our own ears, we can see and we can hear, but then there's this. I'm amazed by that. Intent is the thing. Intent is the thing. You know what? Pop, 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 fucking bitch. That's not good. If the ICE agent is not given full and sufficient training by the authorities, is this a mitigating argument for the defense? Hey, Lee Bertels, that's very interesting. I mean, listen, I don't know how far this is even going to go because, the investigation was taken away from Minnesota. The feds basically told them F off. But they do have jurisdiction. So, but then again, what the letter of the law in this country is now seems to have changed. We are not abiding by that. So it's very interesting. Hey, Blinky, just dropping in. I got to sleep. How are you, Blinky? In the Blinky room. After 22 years of service in the Irish military on Ireland's streets and borders, there is use of force. Okay. Hey, Travis. 40% of us Americans are registered as independents and don't subscribe to a team, me being one of them. I as well. I don't like picking teams. I'm a Mets fan. Do I care if the Yankees win the World Series? No. Do I care if Boston wins? Not really. Some people are fervent fans. I am not at all. I used to be. Dirk, none of this will be your problem. Yeah, thanks, JBB. Let's give you a big bang boom. We actually talked about that a minute ago, but let's give you that. Yeah, I'll have a new set of problems then. That'll be just fine. Yeah, Travis. Amen, says John. Yeah, indeed. Blofeld is a little sus. That's true. You never know. And I didn't like what they did in what was the movie with it was my least favorite James Bond movie, Skyfall, where, Javier Bardem tried to make James Bond. Now, come on, don't do that. It's not necessary. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need James Bond to be gay. It's more fun. It's much more fun for gay men to crush on straight men anyway. When it becomes a possibility, then it's not a challenge anymore. It's not fun. Fascist scum are everywhere, says Valve. Hey, Valve, where have you been for so long? Yeah, they are everywhere. Fascists everywhere, why don't you take it? You can have the town, just come and take it. Very true. Happy Friday bashing from Hitesh. Hey, Friday, how are you? Hey, Hitesh, how are you? Great to see you. Happy Friday to you. I would take Maloney over Trump any day if I had to. So would I. And that's what I choose to take at this point. Stick to watches and guns, says Ray. Have a nice Friday evening. I don't know what that says. I'm not even going to read that last line. Go read what you wrote there, kiddo. I identify with your pragmatic approach to current events, John. Yeah, indeed. Yes, I'm very, everybody's kind of on the same page over on this side of the fence,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine were a little bit of a split kind of. I did a poll and it came way in on the other side. I was surprised. I was like, well, my credit aren't as bad as but yeah.
You have a lot of wealthy white guys in your in your world.
Yeah.
You have a lot of guys.
So I made 2 dishes. This is my dinner. So I made just real quick. So I made tuna with tomatoes and mozzarella with prosciutto. And I have a salumi. This is my dish. This is my dinner.
That would be Paul's dream meal. That I deny him.
That you deny him because you want to do veggies.
Well, because I do all the cooking. So I mean,
you think Paul will put on weight once you guys move here, or will he lose weight?
Oh, he'll lose weight. I mean, Paul's had a 6-pack his whole life. The last 2 years, ever since the pandemic, he's got like an extra 15 pounds on him, which is weird for him,
Yeah.
Because the guy's always been up 150 pounds soaking wet. He's always been a lean, mean machine. I think, that's from, the American diet and age as a combination.
Well, yeah.
I think that once we're over there, obviously the food is a lot fresher. And I remember standing in front of even in that crappy little supermarket.
That's the best thing in the world, by the way.
What, prosciutto and mozzarella?
Tuna from the tin with the tomatoes.
Oh, yeah. Is that a cold dish?
Yeah, I just opened a tin of tuna and dumped it on a bunch of fresh tomatoes.
Did you put like olive oil on it?
The tuna has its own oil. So you
Okay.
don't throw that out. You don't strain that because that's full of the fishy tuna flavor. You use that oil, you dump it on it. So you don't have to add. I put some pepper, white pepper, because I'm obsessed.
Sure. Who isn't?
That's like I could live on that for the rest of my life.
I could live on a potato with white pepper for the rest of my life.
White pepper is beautiful.
Yeah.
I did put a hot oil, have olio peperoncino on this one.
Yeah, I would do the same.
And that's going to be nice too. But this, I have to say, unreal.
So when you went to get your prosciutto, did you go to the salumeria, or did you go to the supermarket? And was it already sliced, or did you have them slice it for you?
You can do either. Slicing for you is cooler. It's nicer. The way they wrap it is nicer.
Yeah,
but it doesn't really make a difference if you get it in the packet. If you're in a hurry and you can't wait in line to, at the salumeria, it's not going to be bad. It's going to be top quality. They just sliced it that morning.
And they put it in the thing. I noticed because when I was because I did pick up a bunch of those for the kids when we were across the street. Because I'm not gonna I don't dictate that people can't eat. If I'm cooking, I'm not gonna cook it. But Emma was like, "We need this, that, or the other." Fine, I'll buy that. I don't care.
Sure.
I noticed that it was like €3 for a beautiful pack of so much prosciutto. I was like,
"Oh yeah,
that shit would have cost $23 in the United States, easy." Prosciutto is so expensive here, and it's usually from like Ceriello, or it wasn't sliced this morning. It was sliced. Maybe it's from Ceriello, but they sliced it on Thursday, and then it went on the truck, and it's still $23. So I would say, I think
there's a great joy here. Excuse me, of going to the back of the supermarket where they have the salumeria.
Yeah,
taking your ticket and waiting behind the old lady who's like, "Give me 4 slices of mortadella and 6 slices of whatever what's an ounce, right?"
Oh, how does it work? Oh, that's a great question.
Yeah, due etti the prosciutto San Daniele, 3 etti the mortadella.
Yeah.
So they take your ticket next. Okay, what would you like? And they slice it up and they weigh it. And they wrap it in this lovely paper. And then what next?
Waxed paper, yeah.
Yeah, and
we used to do that here.
It's a lovely, when they hand it over to you, like it's a comforting experience, I have to say.
Yeah, we used to have that here
in Italian life. Yeah.
We used to. We've just gone away. Now you buy a loaf of bread in a store and they put it in a plastic bag.
Yeah,
and I'm like, please don't put my bread in the plastic. Please don't do that. Like, why not? I'm like, because it ruins the bread. Takes the crisp out. It completely ruins it. It can't breathe anymore. It used to be everything would be wrapped. Just watch any movie. Watch one of my favorite movies from the 50s. You'll see like somebody go in and buy like a pair of gloves, and it'll be like they wrapped everything as if it was a gift. They wrapped your fish as if it was a gift. But I was thinking about that the other day. Like when I go to like a supermercato, it's all I'm gonna have to get my kilos together. I have to get because instead of asking for a pound of Swiss cheese, you're not going to ask for that. It's 455 grams, right?
Right, mezzo kilo, kilo, mezzo kilo,
yeah. So
you'll cop onto it pretty quick.
Sure, I'm gonna have to.
yeah.
And I was thinking about like somebody said, "Oh, well, you're not going to be able to go and get a half pound of Swiss cheese." I was like, "Who said?" Of course, but maybe they don't have American cheese, but I'll live. I'll get cheddar.
Get great cheese in this country. Jesus,
I mean, like somebody like you can't get that. It's like, yeah. Think of the other things I can get there. Way more stuff. So what I can't get Swiss lace or Alpine lace, like low sodium, plasticky tasting Swiss cheese.
You're going to be, your horizons will be broadened.
Oh, yeah.
To an extreme degree. You're going to discover stuff that you never knew about. You'll be like, holy shit.
I love that.
There's nothing more wonderful. The vegetarian thing will be, you love cheese, so that won't be a problem. Cheese. It won't be a problem. You're going to have a lot of fun with their bread and their cheese.
Well, I'm gonna go on a discovery for Italian bread because so far I've said this 1,000 times. I don't think I've
Oh,
ever
you'll
had
find.
great bread in
No,
Italy. I know it
you'll
exists.
find it. You'll find it.
So I'm gonna take one of these turmeric shots because everybody. I took one earlier today. Hey Jojo, $1.99 for Mary
Oh, you're
Tyler Moore.
sick.
I have the flu.
Oh, you have the new one, the HK
I
thing?
have it.
You look
I
all
went
right
to the
me.
doctor. Well, I'm better today. It started on Sunday, and Monday and Tuesday I couldn't get off the couch. Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday I couldn't get off the couch.
Sorry,
And
I
I
just have
felt
to show
better.
people.
Yeah.
There's a salumi I bought with truffle riddled through it.
Well,
It's the fucking best thing. It's the greatest thing. Oh my God. So good.
Ready, guys? Here we go.
Sorry.
Oh, is that terrible?
How is that helping your condition?
Turmeric. It's supposed to be great for inflammation. The amount of phlegm.
Be great for people think it cures cancer and all sorts of bullshit.
Oh, I know. Well, everybody on the show was telling me to get some, so I got a couple of shots of this. I took one. I got to tell you, though, today I am markedly better. Yesterday I went to the doctor. I felt so shitty. And you know what they had in the doctor's office? A Nespresso machine I have yet not seen. It was this big professional one that had these special kind of pods that they don't make for regular people.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, yeah. I said, which ones? What do you have? She goes, do you like ristretto? I was like, I love ristretto. So yeah. So they did a test on me. Yeah, I have that flu. I have that one, the one that's going around and killing.
Jesus, they look all right. People were saying they were dying.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Worse than COVID.
Monday and Tuesday was bad. I mean, my every hinge on my
people
body
couldn't move. They couldn't move. They literally
I couldn't move either. I watched. Was telling everybody because I did the show. I didn't do it Monday, obviously, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, I was better than I was yesterday. Yesterday was not a good day. I just sat on the TV and I put on like this 1950s game show called "What's My Line." It's really funny, and I watched about 100 episodes of that like this. It just did nothing. But he said it was too late for me to go on Tamiflu, so they gave me a big jug of this shit, which says, this is really funny, may cause blurred vision or hallucinations.
Have fun.
Hey, when I'm done with it, you guys, I'll auction
stick on the Pink Floyd.
Yeah. So, and I took a 2-hour nap right before the show. I popped my turmeric and my Zicam and I took a nap right before the show because you just want to sleep a lot. I don't think I've ever had the flu before. I think I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've
never had the flu in your life.
I've never had it. I still haven't.
You've had COVID a couple of times, right?
I had COVID 5 times.
I mean, that's essentially a flu.
I guess it is, right?
It's a flu.
I guess it is. So thanks, Jojo. $1.99 for Mary Tyler Moore. I was doing fascists all around. Da, 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 da.
Joe LaFaro can tell us. It's a flu, right, Joe?
COVID. It's a kind of flu, right?
It's a coronavirus.
Right.
It's a SARS.
Yeah.
Aren't they all part of the similar family?
Patricia's making ramen tonight. I like good ramen. Do you enjoy ramen, Ush? You're not a big noodle guy. That's right.
I don't mind ramen. I like a good ramen. There's a place below me when I was on 49th and 2nd. It was like a very popular ramen place in New York. And I used to go in extra late when all the crowds had left. Right now, that place has a line outside it.
I'm sure it does.
Lovely hot food, and they have like 6 tables. But I used to go down at 2 a.m. and they'd hand me these fucking sakis. I'd get so bombed, and I'd eat ramen with extra pork or extra chicken. It's good comfort food.
I love the egg when you go to.
And you know who used to meet me there? You know, our boy from the wine spot there in Long Island City.
Chip.
Our boy Chip. Because he started working in a wine spot across the street, and he used to go there after his shift. Like they close the place, and after his shift, he'd go over for like a late night meal. I'd meet him there at 2 a.m.
Oh wow!
Last time I saw him was in Corner Pub, right here.
Last time I saw him was yesterday.
Oh, he's there
He's
still?
always sitting on the steps having a smoke every time. He's always on his way to work. I always catch Chip having a smoke in front of that yellow warehouse on the block. And yeah, Chip is great. He's a
I'll say
Romanian
hello.
fella. Yeah, I will. When was he was in Venice? Was that last year?
2 years at
It was
least.
2 years ago. Isn't that crazy? Now, did you just happen to see him there, or did he tell you he was going to be there?
I can't remember.
That would have been crazy.
I think he reached out. No, I think he reached out to me, and then I met him there with Lydia. I think it was so funny because he started going on about a wine that he just because he knows a lot about wine. He knows a lot.
Sure.
He loves small producers,
Yeah.
micro producers. When he starts going on to me about Incrocio Mazzoni, which is a wine I just love and I buy a lot of. He's like, I discovered that one called Incrocio Mazzoni. I turned to Lydia. I was like, I swear to God, I have nothing to do with this. She's like, are you kidding me? But yeah.
Yeah, he went to MS school. And then he just decided that it wasn't worth it, as most people do when they go through that program, because there's no jobs for those MSs anymore. Nobody's hiring master sommeliers anymore, not to that degree. It used to be an incredible lifelong career, a very high salary. You'd work in the fanciest restaurant. Maybe every city has one or two, and I'm sure maybe France probably. Now he's a very international guy. He speaks Italian. He speaks French. He speaks Spanish.
It's all about getting the job, though, because my friend Andrea works on Linea d'Ombra. He worked on the Orient Express because he speaks all the languages, and he knows his wine and he knows his culture.
Wow.
Yeah,
imagine.
So he'd go from Russian to French to whatever, and but then he had his contract and that came to an end. That was a really well paid job.
Sure.
And then he wound up moving over to the restaurant here, where he gets to recommend Romani Conti to rich Americans.
Right. We have this really nice Burgundy if you're interested. Now, what do you think now on the Orient Express, which that used to be a dream of mine? It isn't anymore because now it's just so ridiculously overpriced. There's obviously
at least $3,000, at least
at the minimum.
Like
for the overnight. It's yeah. I think the 5 nights journey from Paris to Venice is like 22,000. And listen, there's still no shower. Listen, I understand train travel, compartment travel. It's great, and I would love to do it, but it still looks a little old and farty. I'm like, I don't know. That seems like a waste of money. You could spend that money elsewhere, I think. I don't know. Where do you think that they keep their wine? And do they have Domini Romani Conti? And do they have La Tâche?
I'm sure they have the best of the best.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's a lot of fun if you're a boozer. I've seen a lot of influencers
toll booze
go on and they got the gorgeous room. I think they do have a shower. If I saw one,
they have one. They have a community shower in each car. No room has one.
Okay.
I watched the guy. I have one guy who's I don't know where he's from. He's got the Eastern European accent. I've watched all of them, obviously, but this one guy does look only the best of the best of the best of the best because he's that snooty channel and luxury travel expert, I think it's called. And he had that room, and then he had to make an appointment for the shower.
Okay.
So they will, and then somebody will come in there and spit.
I don't think I'd do 5 days. I think I would do 2.
2 is right.
You do 2 nights because the real fun is in the dining car when they start playing music and having a party.
Piano.
And you have to be all dressed up, do a whole fucking Great Gatsby thing and have the champers and start dancing and singing along with the band on the train. That's the real fun, I think.
Oh, 100%. It's all about the dress up and then sitting down and having somebody pour you a glass of Le Grand Dame. And then you're looking through the Cetra menu. You're going for a Cetra or Beluga tonight, or of course it's that. It's an experience. You're not paying for the stuff.
But like Venice to Paris can't be 5 days. It's gotta be like 2, right?
Venice to Paris just go slower. I mean that's a fun thing. We could look it up. Jim Parsons Black Bag. I was a little disappointed with Black Bag. I watched it.
I didn't like it.
I was a little disappointed with it. It was good, but it was like
I like them both.
Yeah.
And I like Soderbergh.
Yeah, I love everybody. I
I
don't
thought it
know.
was disappointing.
Trying to
that film.
remember. Yeah, I was a little disappointed in that movie. I don't know why at the end, but let me see. Orient Express.
Yeah, it's the Belmont, right? Or the
Yeah, Bell. Yeah, they own the
I've seen it
Cipriani.
here. I've seen it parked here.
The
right by
Belmonts.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, they own a lot of fancy properties. They sure do. Here we go.
Meanwhile, the engine is a modern engine, so
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's just super cunty Victorian. Look at all this shit. Who doesn't want that? You know, polishers. Look at these.
There it is,
Yes, there it is. The train, the journeys. Let's look at the journeys. Okay, I'd like to view the journeys in 2026. Okay, let's see.
Looks like the longest one there is down to Istanbul.
Of course, that's the famous one. Paris to Istanbul is the 5 nights. Paris to Portofino. Oh, they go to Portofino now. Venice to Brussels. I don't know why anybody would go to Brussels, but that's just me.
Or chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Paris to Rome, 1 night. Wow. Paris to Florence, 1
Paris
night.
to Rome is 1 night. Wow.
Okay, it's 4,275 pounds per passenger for 1 night.
Right.
Oosh, that's a lot there. Where's the Venice stuff? Come on.
There's a Venice to Paris for sure.
There's Paris to via Innsbruck.
Well, you're going in alphabetical order, so Venice. Guess where it is? Down the bottom.
Lyon to Venice. Let's go. Vienna. Actually, Vienna will be last, right? Venice to Paris. That's where we go. 3,000. Let's look at the full details. Okay. Look, it's a picture of the Grand Canal.
Oh my God.
In the Gare d'Est. I've never been to that one. I've been to the Gare du Nord. Never been to that one. Look at that. It includes complimentary transfers, luxurious accommodations, a sumptuous 4-course dinner, sommelier wines, 3-course lunch, breakfast.
Yeah, the wine is going to be sick.
Yeah.
They're going to pour really good French wine.
You would hope.
Yeah.
Now, I've watched the ones from London to Venice, and you take a different Pullman from it's a Victoria Station, I believe, and you get on a different train, and then when you get to the French side, you get on the Orient Express.
That's right.
It doesn't come into the UK. Because that's how much I've checked this thing out. Yeah, so this is $4,000 per person for the 1 night. That's for your golden anniversary, I guess. Let's
Or I push my influencer status and I try to get some handbag company or something to pay for it.
Oh, what if? Hey, I have a great caper.
I was downstairs having a smoke and a coffee in Sina, looking at the canal, and all these very fancy people started walking out in front of me. Everyone was a model. I mean, I was like, Jesus. Oh shit. Every girl was like astonishing, 6 foot tall, blah, 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 all dressed up. And they were all getting in a taxi to go off to some party. And it's some big international modeling thing when it's like a couple of blondes, a brunette, a black, like very gorgeous black, with the short hair, they're all dressed. You can see there's an international Benetton vibe going on.
Sure, of course. Yeah.
And I said to the boys, I was like, who are they? And they were like, oh, they're here. They're with Netflix.
Oh.
I was like, what are they doing? They're like, we don't know, but just Netflix paid for all their rooms and their taxis. And I believe they did a special on the Orient Express after that. I believe there was something to do with the Orient Express. They were leaving. They were having a party in Venice. Then they were all being paid to go on the Orient Express off to Paris to continue the shoot. I was like, that's what you do.
So we need to come up with a caper that we need to go up, do a shoot on the Orient. We can only be on.
I remember talking to Carl Frederic. because Carl Frederick they were on Succession.
Yeah.
And I had already done a load of advertising for them. And I was like, how about you guys give me a bunch of travel bags, a full set for his and hers. I'll hire the model. I'll find the most smoking hot thing you can find north of Rome. And we'll get we'll shoot the whole Orient Express thing. They were interested, but it never happened.
Oh,
now, that would have been nice because they would have covered it. We would have had all the bags, the slow-mos of the bags being handed up into the train.
You know what you need for that, though? A trunk.
Goyard.
I mean, there's nothing better than like seeing some beautiful lady outside the Orient Express with a trunk for her spring wardrobe.
Mm.
Do people still make those?
Goyard. Or, yeah. Yeah, the Parisian stuff.
Yeah, Louis
Vuitton.
Huge.
Louis Vuitton do it too.
I mean, those were originally designed for ocean voyages, so almost the whole point of them is stupid, I guess. But it's just, I guess, it's just such a indication of uber luxury that you would be so crass.
Somebody's chasing after you with your trunk.
Madam, mademoiselle.
Exactly, you're right. Exactly. You're in Venice, and you're going down the steps with you light up a fresh cigarette, on your way over to your Riva that's going to bring you to the Amman or the Gritti, and there's a bunch of guys behind you carrying all your matching
Louis Vuitton, yeah. It's like, it's left over from the ocean passages, where women they had hoop skirts. who would put together those for them? Their camisoles and all their incredible stuff that they used to wear undergarments, under things. Amazing. Andre Levchin, $20, 20 euros. Thank you. Dirk, thanks. I received your calendar the other day. Oh, I'm so happy. I put it on my daughter's table. She adores it. Oh, get well soon. Thanks, Andre. Thank you so much. Big bang boom for you, buddy. Thank you. Did you get your calendar, Ush?
No, but you know what I got in the mail the other day was Emmett's Christmas card thing. So fun. I was making them laugh in the cafe.
Oh, it was great. Their Christmas card.
The back of it is hilarious.
Oh my god!
With all the hands, right?
I know.
I was like,
that was very. She goes, "You're gonna die." I couldn't believe how funny that was. That was really.
Valentina was like, "We don't do that here. We should do that. I heard Americans do that. They send a card with it." I was like, "Yeah, but this is like got an extra twist because they're like making fun of it."
They're making fun of it, exactly. Listen, Christmas cards are a lovely tradition.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Danish can't send them anymore.
Oh yeah, of course. What's going to happen? You think they're going to take Greenland? Do you think that's are we looking at that really, really happening?
Here's what I thought last night after the shit went down in Minnesota. Then I saw that NATO was talking about, they effectively have to defend Greenland against the United States if we pull that off. Yeah. And I was like, okay, so Venezuela, Greenland, Milikovsky and his bullshit. Then Ukraine used their most powerful and advanced weapon. Russia used it against Ukraine yesterday. The gloves are off now. So now it's open license. I think we are in a cauldron of God knows what's next.
Yeah.
I think we're in big trouble because there's no more rules. Because if the president of the United States can go against NATO, then what does that mean? That means that there's no rule of law for that. I mean, that's a great thing. If John, I know he's a busy guy, but what is the perspective from a law enforcement person about a president? It's one thing for him to leave the climate accord. That's one thing, but to effectively leave NATO, there's a reason put in place for guys like Putin. That's why it was put in place. A lot of people disagree with NATO, or you could do that, but there was a reason why it was put in place. But Greenland is part of Denmark. So if they are attacked by the United States, that means effectively that they could. And what do they do? Does all of Europe gang up on the United States?
That's the actual question.
That's the question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we get who has nuclear powers in France?
Well, France, the United Kingdom.
Italy doesn't. Germany doesn't.
No.
Probably fucking Luxembourg. They probably have them. Belgium can't have it, right? Because Belgium is where NATO is based, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what does that mean? I think Trump basically he never had any rules apply to him in his life. So therefore, even as the president of the United States, he's just like, please, I get away with everything anyway.
Yeah, he's grown up on that tradition of like, daddy will make my problem go away. Or
sure, he's never had to listen. He has been stiffing.
Never had responsibility. Yeah,
I mean, that's why I'm always amazed by any New Yorker who's ever supported him because of their whatever. Because we all know he's fraud in general, a fraud. But he's never had to pay the consequences for all of his
no
development. Yeah, no account. He has no accountability. So why would he give a flying fuck about? He's like, NATO, please. What was that from? The 40s, 50s? He doesn't even know.
Surprised because of the uber patriotism. Like, look what Britain did with Brexit. So stupid, shooting yourselves in the foot. You know. But the patriotism, I think, was the fuel behind that. It was like, we're Britain, we're Great Britain, we're fucking the best. We can survive. We don't need you Europeans. Meanwhile, it was like total advantage. And now they've been paying the price ever since leaving. I think there's a lot of that attitude in the States. It was like, yeah, we'll be part of your crew, your team for a while, but you know what? When push comes to shove, we can ride this on our own. We're the biggest players, and we can do what the fuck we want. That kind of attitude. So yeah, NATO. You know, I mean, the whole conflict with Ukraine and Russia is because of NATO in the first place. But you know, they could turn their backs on NATO. I don't think that's outside the realm of possibility.
No, you cannot discount anything that he says now. The other day, did you hear him joking about, well, I think we should cancel the next election?
Well, he's been talking about that now for a while.
I know. But people are like, oh, he's joking. I'm like, is he? No, he's not joking. He tried to overturn the last one.
Oh, no, he's going to go for a third term. He said that.
Yeah.
He's like, just vote for me this time. We're going to fix it so you'll never have to vote again.
Right. You'll never have to vote again.
He said that. That's a direct
no, I remember when he said it. We're going to, because he doesn't like.
That's what I always say.
For him.
That's what I always say. I don't dislike the man. He's honest about his intentions, what he wants to do. It's right up front. There is no arguing. He told us who he is and what he wants.
Oh, he told us exactly who he is.
Can't
he does
blame
every
him.
Day.
You can't blame him for doing it.
I love Donald.
Want to be angry at someone? Don't be angry at him. Be angry at people who went. They literally walked into the ballot box and they put a check mark next to his name. May they see that in hell for eternity. That same image over and over again that they actually put down. I mean, I'm no fan of Kamala and all that, but
she's politics as usual. Is all she is.
She's politics, yes.
That's all she is.
That's
she's Hillary. It's all of that.
There's this woman who impersonates her on TikTok. Have you seen her? She's fucking hilarious.
I mean,
and actually, when you watch it, you go like, as you know, as fucking crazy as Trump is, and his goons in particular, you're thinking like, oh my god, if she won, we would have to fucking deal with that too. You know, you can imagine like, what are you going to do about Gaza? Oh, well, Gaza is Gaza, and, you know, and the laugh. We would have had to deal with that hysterical, stupid laugh of hers. You know, that's also not fun either, you know.
Well, it would be better than this.
It would be better, but not that much better.
Yeah. But
I mean,
you know,
they did preside over the first year of that genocide. So
they
fuck
absolutely
them
did,
too.
and did
Fuck
nothing.
them too.
And did nothing. So
Did
we live
nothing.
in a world where, you know, people can invade sovereign countries, people can do a genocide on an entire race of people, and rules don't apply. So what does this mean? Is this where the Federation of Planets has to step in, you know, because we're going to blow the living fuck out of ourselves, and then just clean up the debris and try to move on? There's no more United States. There's no more, you know, they only talk about continents.
Are the Klingons going to help us?
No, the Vulcans, not the Klingons. The
Not the Klingons, the Vulcans. Sorry,
the Klingons.
sorry. My Star Trek illiteracy.
No, that was no. Your Star Trek is pretty good. Your mom is a huge Star Trek maniac. She knows.
I know, but that doesn't mean I am.
Yeah, but you know enough about Star Trek.
It's the Vulcans, not the Klingons.
Yeah, the Vulcans were watching us for a long time while Zephyr Cochrane was working on faster than light travel. And the second we were able to do that, that's when they stepped in as the overseers. So
First Contact.
Fuck it up. Yeah, it's a great movie. First Contact. It's really, really good. It's probably in my opinion, probably the best Star Trek movie. Though I do like those new movies. I'm very sad that Paramount, in their conglomerate ill-advised wisdom, has decided to scrap the Kelvin timeline, because that was a pretty good cast with Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto.
Venezuela is a country, but we don't live there, so it's not our country. And when we go there, we are in another country. Okay. You see what I'm saying? Right?
We would have to deal with that.
It's like Tiffany, Amber, and Bethany for president.
When Trump won, I was happy because I was like, now let him show you who he is. Because had she won, they would have been all saying, "Oh, you see how bad it is. Had you let our boy do it, it would have been fine." They would have always had that scapegoat. Whereas I was like, no, let him win and turn the country to shit, and and all of that, so they can see. Otherwise, we have to deal with the alternative, which is worse, which is them going on. Anyway, here's another shit fucking.
You can get more done when you do more things. Okay. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ.
Wow,
by the way,
irritating.
By the way, her quotes are real quotes.
No, I know, because when I heard that just now, she goes, "Yeah, you can get more done by doing more things." Oh boy, like what is she, Yogi Berra?
I'll never forget when the Gaza thing was going on at first, and she was like, "We need a ceasefire," and everyone was like cheering, like, "Yes, for at least 6 weeks." And everyone was like, "Oh, what do you mean? That's not a ceasefire. That's just..."
It's like blouse comes off, blouse goes back on.
Goes back on. I'm like, honestly, Americans were given an option of a shit sandwich and a puke sandwich. They had to make an option.
And where is the great white knight coming? My guy is definitely not interested in the office. Admiral McRaven has no interest whatsoever in being the president of the United States.
Well, good people will never have an interest in being the president.
No.
Why would you ever want that job? Like, all the nicest people.
But maybe Superman needs to come and save the world, though. Somebody needs, because what you just said a minute ago about let him turn the country into total shit, but he's about to turn the whole world into total shit. He's taking the whole world down with him.
I'm a bit of an anarchist here. We fucking deserve it.
Well, no, I like I've said, the best thing that could happen is aliens need to come here and try to start eating us.
Yeah, I'll be like,
then we'll all be unified.
I'm gonna go for it. They're tasty. They've been eating Twinkies and McDonald's for years. Try them out. They're very sweet. Their flesh is very sweet. Oof. I'll just turn into Hannibal Lecter. I'll be like,
the fatty meat is the best, right?
Mm.
Isn't that?
I'll be here. You'll find me in the finest of states, fat and sleek. A true hog of Epicurus's herd. I'll just be in the corner going,
That's a very simple glass. I like that. Let me see that glass.
I steal glasses from bars all the time.
I like that. It's low. It's like a low profile.
I
very
wander
simple
home.
glass.
I don't steal. I wander home with. That's what I
Because
do.
you're like, thanks.
My final whiskey, and I'm having my smoke, and it's cold, and I'm like, I'm wandering home, a true hog of Epicurus's herd, fat and sleek. I just do that. I just wander, and they don't care because I leave them $50 of fucking tips.
Yeah, they don't get
They
tips
love
at
my
all.
tips. They look at me and they go,
They love my
"Here he
tips.
comes."
I'm taking the
because-
glass with me.
I'm the only one who, yeah, I'm taking the glass with me. My brother Aaron says, if you buy a fine whiskey, you've bought the glass.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, Aaron has a philosophy like if you buy an expensive whiskey at a pub in Ireland, you've earned the glass too. I like that.
Wow.
I mean, this is nothing. This thing is garbage. But sometimes in certain bars in Ireland, you get a beautiful piece of crystal.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Check out Brad. Hi, Brad. I love you. Good evening, Dirk. A good train movie is called Murder on the Orient Express. He doesn't know what an old queen I am, right? Dirk, another great train movie with a murder is called Double Indemnity. You really don't know what
He
kind of an
doesn't
old queen
know
I am.
you at all.
Starring Barbara Stanwyck, Fred McMurray. I mean, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And you know who directed it? Billy fucking Wilder. It's on TCM tonight. Everybody should watch that if you're in the States. Double Indemnity. It's great. Have you ever seen that? You'd love
That
it.
guy has to be joking, though.
No,
How can
he's
he
joking.
not
Of
think?
course he is.
Yeah, it's
He
joking.
knows. He knows it. Fred McMurray. Do you know who he is?
Fred McMurray?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so Fred McMurray was this. He's most famous to American people for a show called My Three Sons, but he was a very big movie star. But here's a guy, early Hollywood. He was a notorious tightwad, very, very tight with his money. But he was in a lot of big movies. Fred McMurray. He's a big, tall Irish American guy. He bought all the orange groves. He bought all the real estate. That guy owned most of Hollywood by the 1950s. And so when he was moving on to television and lesser roles, he started selling off the property and made $1 trillion. Very smart because people, Hollywood was orange citrus groves when they moved out there. When all the New York City Jewish filmmakers decided to move out there, they were like, oh, we're going to go to the sunny place. There's nothing there. It was underdeveloped. They were buying citrus groves. Incredible stuff. Yeah, it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, please go see it. Absolutely great stuff. Was Patricia. I love when Patricia Cheek is on the show. Trump's perked up when Zelensky said they hadn't had an election since they were at war. Right. I'm going to cancel the election. Well, Trump's going to say we're at war with Venezuela. So wartime,
Well, the attention has gone off the Epstein files. So I guess mission accomplished, right?
Yeah. So now this is where I agree and disagree with Oisín. Ukraine and Russia is not about NATO. I know you think it's has a lot to do with NATO. It's about getting back to the USSR. Putin thinks it was a mistake. Finland just joined NATO. They are the longest border with Russia, so no more complaints. Yeah, I agree. I know a lot of people think that it's NATO's fault, which
I mean, he was clear about NATO getting right up his ass, and NATO got right up, or was about
now
to
they're really right up
ass.
his ass, though.
Yeah,
I mean, in the biggest way possible. I mean, that's the thing is his arrogance doesn't realize, well, there's a reason why there needs to be an organization for you. Does he not see that? Because
also Putin, I mean, he's not wrong, our friend here. Putin, yeah, he reminisces about the old USSR.
Yeah. Sure.
So, there can be more than one reason for doing
What's
this.
to reminisce about? I mean, it's like the idea was great because Lenin fucked it up for all the good communists. He's the guy that kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
Because if you read anything about the history of it, it really was supposed to be about us together. Sure. He likes the Cold War espionage kind of.
That's where he comes from.
Yeah, that's because he's ex-KGB, so he loves that. Like Judi Dench says in Casino Royale, best line in Casino Royale. Oh God, I miss the Cold War.
Oh wow, is that a line?
Yeah, Judi Dench says it when she walks out of the room with Bond. She goes, "Oh God, I miss the Cold War." That was
which film does he reveal the Aston Martin again? and she's at the garage, and like the door comes up, and there's the Aston Martin silver, and she's like, "Well, that's inconspicuous. What is that one for?"
The
It's like
DB5.
the DB5.
Yeah, that's Skyfall.
Oh, that's Skyfall.
Yeah. So,
It's a
I
good
mean,
scene.
Skyfall's got some good things in it. Not a whole. The story's hogwash, but and that's when they killed her off too. I mean, I've watched that movie 50 times to try to love it because everybody does. It's the only Bond movie that's done over $1 billion in business. It was a huge film.
Is that because of Adele?
Well, that certainly didn't hurt, you know. It didn't hurt because she had such a big hit. And by the way, that started the whole string of number ones. She had a number one and won an Oscar. Then that colossal piece of mess, what's his face? Sam Smith had won an Oscar for it, for his the Writings on the Wall song. It's not a terrible song, whatever. I just don't like him. And then, of course, the very, very good song by Phineas and Billie Eilish won the Oscar. So those James Bond's won 3 Oscars in a row for their last couple of films. Now the last one was Spectre didn't win, right? Who did the theme for Spectre?
I don't know.
No. Sorry. It was Sam Smith. That's the one he won for.
I just want Wolf Alice. I want Wolf Alice to do the next one. I want Thorns, the song by Wolf Alice, to be the next one. If they have to change the lyrics,
they have to write a specific song, or else then it can't be nominated.
That song is so fucking.
It's a great song. I agree.
Do some John Barry arranging, and that song is do
you have a line to them? Do you have a?
I wish I could do I can do a John Barry arrangement.
You got to get David Arnold to do it, though. You got to call him
David
up.
Arnold.
That guy has those people on speed dial. He's got all of John Barry's people. The biggest mistake that they ever made, and we can make it hard left here and talk about music for a minute, is we're both big fans of the original John Barry Bond-esque stuff. Because, listen, I like A View to a Kill also. I love that.
Sure.
I like a lot of stuff, but sometimes the Bond movies have gone in the wrong direction. Obviously, George Martin did the orchestrations for Live and Let Die. Who did the orchestrations for Phineas? Does he do that?
I don't think he does it all. No, I don't think they're that talented.
I mean, because that's such a different skill.
I don't think he got. His writing for all those instruments is a totally different thing.
It's a totally different thing. It's like I sit around and I watch Leonard Bernstein.
I mean, I'm sure he was in the room going, "Yeah, I like it," or whatever.
Yeah, right.
You gotta know how to put the pen on the paper because, listen, it's like learning Italian. You can do all the Duolingo you want.
Sure. It's
not sitting in a bar in Naples and having a conversation with the local.
It's totally not the same.
So you need to know, you need to go through the wars with orchestras and understand how the players play and what they're happy with. And good luck.
Look, I got all my people mentioning all these great 50s movies. You have of The Apartment. I'm so sorry, Jim. But that's Fred McMurray, the boss.
Oh,
that guy. He's God, he's such a dick in that movie. God, you just want to kill him. Trotsky was the better part of communism. There you go. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Does anybody care about James Bond anymore? They've taken so long. Amazon's got it. I mean, we don't have a Bond. We don't have an actor to play Bond. Does anybody care? Do you think people will care ever again?
That's a really good question because like they've been kicking around for ages now.
It's 5+ years.
I feel like 5 years ago everyone was like, "Oh, it's gonna be him. It's gonna be the."
They were.
They were. They just went around and around and around.
They went around and around and around for so long. And it's going to be this guy, and it's going to be this guy. Oh my God, they sold Bond to Amazon. Well, didn't you think? And they also had the anniversary at the Oscars. Would have been the perfect time to try out the new James Bond.
Jim Patterson Fassbender might be a little old now already.
He's too old. He would have been great.
By the way, can I say I like Fassbender? Great actor, fantastic, but he's aging a little badly because he's so gaunt.
He's so lean. Too lean.
It's getting bony and flaky now. You understand what I'm saying? Like the Irish.
Oh yeah, he's
The
getting
Irish flaky where the skin just looks like
it's
folded.
crepey. It's
Yeah.
it's crepey, see
Yeah.
through.
See through. Yeah.
Yeah, it's see
I'm
through.
feeling that. I'm feeling
Yeah,
that.
and I don't even know how old Fassbender is. I think he's not even 50 yet, right? I don't think that he is.
Look it up. Look it up. Look it up.
Look it up, Michael Fassbender. Let's see.
I mean, he's great.
He's great.
I don't mean to detract. Fassbender is great, but
he is 48. He's too old. They're looking for somebody now.
I'm 4 years older than him, and I have fewer cracks, and I have a lot less of that. All of that, you know, it begins to look like old Japanese paper.
Though.
No, it's not that. He has that Irish. It's a thing that the Irish have. Some of the Irish, that just like things begin to really crack and flake. They're very white, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's something, I don't know who, but someone had sex with someone in my lineage, and there was some Turk in there or something.
Right.
So yeah, I'm cracking, but I'm not cracking as fast as some.
Right. We're Irish people, but we're not translucent. I mean, I have white skin and stuff, but like, you know, I'm not a character.
Some of the Irish are really brittle looking and see-through, as you say. You can see their veins.
You can see their veins, yeah.
He's got a little bit of that going on. And
he does.
Some of it's probably, you know, he's probably not eating.
Like the royal family.
He could be thickening out. He could thicken out. Hey, listen, Russell Crowe thickened out and went, fuck it. You know, I was hot. I was a ride for years. I screwed every hot girl on earth while I was in, you know, LA Confidential and Gladiator. Every woman on earth over the age of 20 had sexual fantasies about him in Gladiator. And now he's over. He's got a bunch of kids. He has a big ranch in Australia. And now he's just eating barbecue, and he's taking roles where he's a big fat asshole. You know what I mean?
Did you see that?
He's happy. He wears his Patek Philippe, and it looks like a tiny button.
Like a button on him. On his massive wrist.
Is 10.5 inches.
Of my neck.
Because it's just Aussie beer and Aussie barbecue. But fuck it.
And he loves ice cream. That's what he said. I love ice cream.
You can tell he's got that. Yeah. There's so much wealth across.
Yeah, it's
here.
It's so much girth.
So much girth.
So much
like
girth.
An old tree stub or something. It's like, but like, fuck it. Someone's got to play Goering. You know what I mean? So are they give it to him or they give it to someone else?
Did he have a big role in 300? No, he was a minor role, right? He was just.
I never watched that film.
Oh, you never saw 300?
Yeah.
You know what? It's fun.
I am Spartan.
It is. It's worth seeing once.
Okay.
It's beautiful looking. The film looks like it's infused with blood. It's a very interesting.
I saw. I've seen a million clips.
Yeah, it's a great looking thing. Glenn Parker says best Bond song is by nobody does it, but great song.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of them. It's not the best. It's not the best.
I mean,
what's your best?
Oh, come on.
It's got to be Shirley. Diamonds Are Forever.
You know, I'm going to have to go with Diamonds Are Forever. But Goldfinger I love, and Anthony Newley wrote it with Leslie Brickus.
It has to be Diamonds Are Forever.
I think it's Diamonds Are Forever because the song is better. Goldfinger is a great song. Dun, dun, dun.
What's the first one you did?
Moonraker. It's an underrated song.
It's actually good.
Are you? Why do you leave? Oh, that's a great song.
It's really good. Diamonds Are Forever has to be it, though.
Yeah.
Nobody Does It Better is amazing, though. The writing, the piano arrangement.
Yeah, it's amazing. Diamonds Are Forever, never.
I'm thinking of Nobody Does It Better. I'm thinking of Carly Simon's, like her chromatic. Doodle, 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 doodle,
oh, that's beautiful. Isn't
piano. It's like, whoa.
I wasn't looking.
And yeah, think about it. Like, Nobody Does It Better makes me feel sad for the rest.
Yeah.
You know, baby, you're the best. It's very strong.
It's a great song.
It is great. It's definitely in the top 3, maybe top 5.
Well, that's tough. I mean, Live and Let Die's got to be up there, right?
Yeah, Live and Let Die. Yeah.
There's so many good ones. There's a couple of bad ones.
Sinatra.
Yeah, she did. You only live twice.
You only live twice. That's fucking.
I mean, that's John Barry at his best.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's iconic for the rest of time.
That's why Robbie stole it and made it a huge fucking hit. Millennium, yeah. So the worst ones are the worst Bond theme of all time is "Die Another Day." You gotta die another day. Madonna, Drop Dead. That was the worst piece of shit ever. And then I used to think it was the Jack White, Alicia Keys thing, but you know what? I've really come around on Jack White.
Okay.
He's a very interesting one-off.
Does that make the song better?
No, but the drums do. That it's got a fucking thing.
Didn't someone else get fired in order to make room for that song? Was it Lana or someone?
It was two massive firings it was Shirley Bassey. Shirley Bassey had David Arnold had written a song for Quantum of Solace, and it was called oh god, this is my brain. It'll come to me in a second. She went in the studio, they recorded it. It's an amazing song, and then they were like, how about Jack White and Alicia Keys?
Fuck.
And they went with that, but they had Shirley Bassey ready for her.
Why did they ever turn her down?
It's called "No Good About Goodbye." You've heard the song. No good about goodbye. You know what? I'm just gonna pull it up for a second. I won't play the song, but just so you hear what the vibe is for the crew here. No good about goodbye. Here it is. Okay. Look at that. Okay. Hold on. Yeah.
Stop it right now.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm gonna get popped.
Stop it right now.
Yeah, I stopped it.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I get the vibe.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Now, hold on. I could skip, right? And that won't be a problem, right? All right, where are you watching? Yeah. I mean, that gives you the vibe. It's a total Bond thing.
That's Bond.
That's Bond's big horns.
They already made the graphics and everything.
Oh, I didn't.
Or did somebody do that on?
It's on YouTube because it was a last-minute thing where they went with, "Hey, I have an idea. Let's put Jack White together with Alicia Keys."
I hate that. That's such a corporate decision. I hate
first of all, I hate collabs. Can I just say how much I fucking hate collabs? I hate that collabs are such a big thing in music now, where you can't even get a hit off these artists.
I'll never forget. I had a moment in New York a million years ago. We were at so many dinners with so many people in the industry, and there was the Seven with Brad Pitt, right?
Which I've never seen. I have to watch that.
Great film.
It's on my list.
Fincher, right?
Yeah, it's Fincher.
And really good film. I mean, great, very interesting stuff, very edgy. And the very end of it, you're kind of like, oh my God, what did I just watch? And this David Bowie song comes in, Heart's Filthy Lesson.
Yeah, sure.
And it has a cool drum beat. I remember being in the theater a million years ago going, it's killing my vibe. Like that, the end was so dark. I wanted a dark, and then it went into this cool drum beat, and I was like, "Oh God, why do they have to do that?" It pissed me off. So fast forward years later, I'm in New York. We're at dinner with a bunch of people, and there's this woman in front of me, and she was talking about her decisions in the music industry. And the thing I'm most proud of is they went with my suggestion of Heart's Filthy Lesson by David Bowie at the end of Seven. And I was like, I stood up at the table like, you're responsible for that fucking And I fucking yelled. I went mental. I think she felt like, oh my God, this guy's going to throw his drink at me or something. I was just like, I can't believe I'm faced with the corporate puppet
that did that.
That person who did that, and you're right opposite me at the table. It was not good.
Oh man,
it was not good. I think our manager was like, "Oh, what the fuck is our bass player in our band?"
Did you wind up working with she was a music placement person?
Yeah, she was someone.
She
probably with William Morris or
Scorsese
something.
movies,
I don't fucking know. I can't remember. All I remember is her coming out with that, and me eating my food, like hardly paying attention. And going,
yeah, I wouldn't have been able to stop myself from that either. You're the one.
You're the fucking person who's responsible for that huge mistake in that movie. And she was all proud as punch. I was like, oh God, you're just a corporate fucking asshole.
Yeah. That's when a studio takes a movie away from the director. Because the director should have the studio say. Studio system will just, like when they take all of that stuff away from the vision. Like whenever you see something that's completely out of place, it's just like, put the Coke here, put the Pepsi there, put the, it's horrible. Another great train movie is Strangers on a Train. Of course, as a matter of fact, there's a remake with his future wife. John Krasinski's wife.
They're all quoting Seven, by the way. You don't know Seven. You know who else? I'll make you feel better. The other person I know very well who hasn't seen Seven and loves movies is my daughter.
Yeah.
She hasn't seen Seven. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm getting around to seeing a bunch of those. I've never seen Fight Club.
What?
No. Never seen it. I mean, there's movies that I just have missed. I want to see them, and I will. Thank you for that. Stranger on a Train. What's your girlfriend? John Krasinski's wife. Devil's Wears Prada.
Just because you asked me now, I can't think.
Yeah, exactly. Because hold on, let me go get my applesauce. Would you like some? Let me bring you your applesauce.
Only because you said it now. I can.
Come on, guys. Emily Bloods, thank you. Thanks so much. There's a version out, a modern one with her, and it was terrific.
Of what?
Strangers on a Train.
Oh,
which is Hitchcock.
But is it not Girl on the Train? Because she made a film called Girl on the Train,
or
Lady on the Train.
And maybe that's what I'm thinking.
She's an alcoholic. She's really
good
at being an alcoholic.
Oh, right.
And she sees a murder or something from the train.
That's correct. Yeah.
But that's called Lady on the Train.
Lady on the Train, hold on.
Or Girl on the Train or something like that. I saw it a year ago. It's really good. She's so good at playing an alcoholic. She really played she was so good in Oppenheimer as the alcoholic wife. She knows how to do the lips of a woman who's addicted to alcohol.
Does.
Her lips are fragile and cracked and shaky. I don't know how, because that woman doesn't look like she's ever experienced a problem with alcohol in her life. So I don't know how she figured out how to play that.
I mean, she's good,
it's
man.
Very real, because there's the movie idea of alcoholic, and then there's the real alcoholic. They're two different things.
Who's the best drunk you've ever seen on screen? I mean, you know who it is? Dean Martin. He was never drunk. It was all an act. Incredible stuff.
Well, Michael Caine played a great drunk.
Michael Caine knows how to be drunk too, because he drank with the best of them.
Fuck, I'm thinking.
Tesh has never seen Fight Club. I'll watch Fight Club. I promise I will. And Seven. I actually tried to find Seven recently. One night when we were searching around for a movie, and it wasn't available. That happens. Like Sling Blade. I've never seen that, and there's a good reason. It hasn't been available on streaming because he owned the rights to it, and he just didn't want anybody to have it.
If you're watching Seven, make sure it's in high quality, because the cinematography is really beautiful. It's all very, very dark.
Who did it? Do we know off the top of our head? Is it like Michael Ballhaus or Darius Ganji?
It's his first film. Seven is what's his name? It was his very first film.
It's not Fincher.
It's Fincher's. Yeah, it's Fincher's first film.
No, Fincher's first film is Alien 3.
Oh, it's
Wasn't
Alien 3. You're right.
Yeah. That might have been his next one.
Might have been his next one, yeah.
Who was the?
By the way, when you're searching for 7, instead of using the in the word, use the number 7. Because often it's spelt differently.
Oh, man, that came up right away. Look at that.
Spacey's in it.
Right. Who is the? Oh, man, how good am I, Darius Kunji? Holy shit! How did I pull that out of my ass? I know my cinematographers. I know he worked with him and he loves him. He's a great cinematographer.
It's really good for this. Tons of low light.
Yeah, he does some really. He shot Evita. I know you've probably never seen that, nor would you want to, but it's worth it. He shot Panic Room. He did The Interpreter, which is one of my favorite movies by Sidney Pollack. It's a really good movie if you haven't seen it. Probably the last great Nicole Kidman movie before she got turned into a weirdo. But then he started working with Woody Allen, Midnight in Paris. Did a lot of great movies with Woody. I think he also did Anything Else. What else did he do? I think he might have worked with Polanski, but nobody's seen modern day Polanski, you know?
Yeah.
Has he made anything in a long time?
Polanski?
Yeah.
The Pianist.
God, but how long ago was that? I gotta look up Roman
15
Polanski.
years ago. 20 years ago.
Filmography.
So funny. He's like
Palace, yeah.
Definitely a pedo, and
he
makes a Holocaust movie and he wins all sorts of accolades. Because that's
Come back.
That supersedes all other priorities.
Come back.
You know, that was my issue with the Nuremberg. It's a good film. I was like, why are you making it now, you fuckers? You know, are you trying to turn us around? And, you know, you're being manipulative again.
Oh, God. I mean, let me think. Well, they used the term anti-Semitic in the movie. And I was like, that wasn't a thing. That's like calling somebody gay in the 1940s, you know?
Right.
That wasn't a thing. You know,
and it wasn't about world domination and the mass destruction of many. It was about the Holocaust specifically.
Well, sure.
And I was like, okay, yeah, but why are you making this movie right now? I feel, is this a trick? That was the feeling.
Well, watch the original one with Maximilian Schell and Marlene fucking Dietrich and Judy Garland. I mean, what? Judy Garland, that poor woman, regardless of my affinity for her, she was so screwed. She never won a competitive Academy Award. She got a juvenile one for The Wizard of Oz, but for all those incredible roles she did, including A Star is Born and all the movies that she made, and she was nominated. And Judgment at Nuremberg, she plays a most incredibly frightened. You got to watch that movie, Judgment. First of all, it's shot in black and white. It's gorgeous to look at. The saturation is so amazing. And Maximilian Schell is incredible in it. I mean, it's got Marlene fucking Dietrich in it.
Wow.
So Judgment at Nuremberg. Who shot that? And I think it is Nuremberg. It's Stanley Kramer directed it. Spencer Tracy, Burt Lancaster, Richard Widmark, Marlene Dietrich, Maximilian Schell, Montgomery Clift, Judy Garland, William Shatner.
Wow. Shatner.
December 1961. Wow. Look at this great poster. Man, you got to love art direction from the 50s and the 60s. Look at this thing. Look at that poster. Fucking hell.
Oh, that's great.
Poster, man.
That was back when posters had nothing to do with the movie. They were just like a separate piece of art.
Yeah.
Like now Vertigo or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
They weren't a frame from the film. Star Wars is the same, the original poster for Star Wars. It's not a frame from the movie. It's a whole other invention.
Sure. Yeah. Well, everything's been dumbed down. You know, I mean, this is let's just get like a trailer now. Look at trailers. Sometimes used to have a narration. This is Peter. Dun, 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 Peter's married, but
I
you
didn't
know what
like
movie looks
those.
good? Yeah,
I prefer modern trailers.
Oh, you prefer the modern trailers?
Am I bad?
Oh, I don't know.
The old ones were
The trailers give away too much to me now.
They were so say dog, see dog, see
Oh.
dog, say dog for me. The old ones, whereas the new ones are just relying on the imagery and powerful editing. I prefer the new ones.
Yeah, but you prefer the old movie posters though. When it was
the
art.
old movie posters were better.
Yeah, because they would get an artist and all that stuff. Days of Wine and Roses. Oh man.
Leaving Las Vegas, that was really good. Saddest drunk movies. Leaving Las Vegas is maybe the saddest of them all, and you see him all the way to the end.
Yeah,
his very last moments,
very terrible.
Where he's reaching for the bottle and she gets it for him.
Mm-hmm.
She just accepts that this is his way of committing suicide. It's brutal.
Sure.
That's a very powerful movie.
Have you ever seen The Days of Wine and Roses? I should have brought that up because that is maybe one of the greatest drunk performances by Jack Lemmon I've ever seen. And Lee Remick, of course. The most, oh gosh. They're a couple that descend into alcoholism. And it's, they take you along for the ride. And it is, man, so Jack Lemmon, woof, man.
Well, yeah, he's always great.
Shit. Very versatile guy, funny guy, but man, absolutely crazy. Mike Hammer, thanks for the Big Bang Boom. I owe a couple of Big Bang Booms. Hold on. Let me give them. Jojo, $4.99 for Judgment at Nuremberg. I know, right? It's a great watch that. You will love that movie because it's a courtroom drama. And it's so intense. Maximilian Schell won the Academy Award for Best Actor for that film.
Okay.
He was a handsome folk. That guy was absolutely gorgeous and a great actor. I think he was Swiss, right? Am I wrong about Maximilian Schell? Was he, or is he Austrian? Maximilian Schell. Why do I think he was Swiss? Maximilian Schell, Swiss. He is a Swiss actor. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Jojo. Brad says Jack Lemmon, of course. Yeah, The Days of Wine and Roses. Panic Room was a great movie. I went to see Panic Room in the movie theater, and I really enjoyed it. I love Jodie Foster. She's making the rounds right now. She's in a movie where it's a French language film because she's spoken French since she's 9 years old. She's fluent in French.
Right.
And she's in a French only language. She's doing a lot of press right now, and she's a delight. She's got a great sense of humor. She's a lot of fun. And I want to see this movie. I forget what it's called. Lee Remick. Yeah, that's Paul thinks she's one of the most beautiful women in history. He loves Lee Remick. How well did she do in this world? I don't know. She's a kind of a character actress. She was in a movie with the SS United States. That's another reason why he's in love with her. So, listen, everybody falls.
You guys don't have any bias at all.
Right. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I won't watch a film because I don't find anybody in the cast attractive.
Yeah, that's a problem.
It can happen. Especially if it's a love story, I'll be like, yuck. I don't care about them. Like, I don't want to see a love story with Adam Driver.
Well, the studios in most cases know about your disposition.
Sure.
Why they turn certain actors down and certain directors and so on, because they're like, I don't want to look at that guy for 90 minutes. I want to look at a more handsome guy for 90 minutes, whatever.
What's his face?
Recently, over the Christmas, myself and Lydia watched What Just Happened with Robert De Niro, a film that was overlooked.
I love that movie.
Yeah, and it's just they want Bruce Willis to shave his beard.
Yeah.
And De Niro's playing the producer, and he's like, it's not about the beard, it's not about the story, it's about millions of menstruating women around the world fantasizing about having intercourse with you.
Right.
There are a lot of lines that are very, very real like that. It's like, really, it isn't about whether the movie is good. It's about, 40-plus-year-old women with their families walking into a cinema going, I want to look at him for the next.
That's why they put
2 hours
in movies. And whoever the de jour person is. I'm not
I
even quite sure.
I remember next to mine, a person picking. I was in California. I was visiting, and we were looking for a movie, and we were flicking through Netflix or whatever it was at the time. It was going back a long time, and The Departed came up, and that was when DiCaprio was moving into his older years. He was finally not looking like a little boy anymore.
Sure, yeah.
And he had a bit of tash, and he was looking a little sharp. And The Departed, he's more handsome. And she was like, "Let's watch this. I like him." And it didn't matter that it was Scorsese, it was a mob movie. It didn't matter. She just wanted to look at him for 2
movie
hours.
idols. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. I mean, why would you go see a movie with pick your favorite girl of today over, want to see Angelina Jolie over Rachel Dretch? You don't want to. You want to see the beautiful person in a context.
It's true.
I mean, that movie, A Marriage Story, which was a movie that I almost watched, but I didn't. Did you see that?
Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch it again, but it was okay.
Yeah.
It was,
to me, it looked
painful.
I was like, there's no way in the world that guy's ever going to get Scarlett Johansson. Just sorry, it's not believable to me. Sorry.
I have a theory that women fall in love with the guy who's there. That's my theory. You want to get philosophical?
Well, I just said that the other night, and I don't disagree with you because your CBS Evening News O'Donnell was doing some kind of puff piece about heart health, and she was eating ice cream with some doctor. And I was like, said to Paul, I said, she's married to the ugliest guy in the room. Can you believe that? He goes, how do you know that? I said, because that's Sheen's girlfriend. And we looked up her husband one day, and we were like, oh, really?
Blanche's husband. I mean, come on.
Nora O'Donnell. She's just.
You know what I could do for Nora O'Donnell and Kate Blanchett? They don't need to fly to outer space. I can bring them to outer space. But here's my philosophy here. Because I was watching this woman the other day she was on TikTok or whatever. She's giving advice about relationships. It's sensationalism, whatever, for clicks. But there are some interesting points. And she was like, women can get laid anytime. They can sleep with a guy. Most women in the world, if they want to sleep with a guy tonight, they can go out and put on lipstick or whatever and get, blow their hair out and sleep with a guy. They don't have that problem. Men have the problem. Men don't get to. Even handsome men aren't guaranteed that privilege. Okay,
but they are.
Well, with other men, maybe.
You're right, because
you live in a different universe.
We are the girls. We are the girls.
That's not the same thing. Anyway, but she said, but women have the opposite problem. They have the problem about dedication, about long term, about getting married. They wait to be chosen, whereas men are more selective. The whole power thing shifts when it comes to that. Men choosing a wife it's a bigger thing, whereas women want to be selected. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, you know what? The truth is that women, it doesn't matter who they are, how beautiful they are, they fall in love with the guy who's there. If you take a woman and a man and put them on a desert island for a year, she will fall in love with him. I don't care how ugly or simp he is.
I mean,
she will fall in love with him,
and he'll be like, "She's
just
so fucking."
Put her in the room. He might sleep with her, but he's not.
He might kill her.
He might kill her. The woman will fall in love with the guy who's there, and I'll never forget the example. I went on dates with this violinist girl. She's beautiful, and she was definitely into me, and she was very flirty, and she went on dates with me. We never quite clicked. The dates were weird, honestly. They were just the wrong setups, and there was not much chemistry, and I was like, fine. So I kind of walked away from that. But I thought to myself, she's top shelf shit, like cultured, brilliant, beautiful woman. And then like a couple of years later, a year or something later, I heard she got engaged. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. This is the busiest woman in the world. She's gigging constantly all around the world. Very difficult to even date her. I believe one of the dates she wanted to go on was like a coffee date at 2 p.m. I'm like, I'm not going for coffee.
What is that? That's a Rolodex date. That's a speed date. That's
But that's a modern thing. A lot of these professional women, they want coffee first. They want a noon or 1 p.m.
We have sex
coffee.
first and then we talk later.
I'm like, if I'm going on a date, we're getting cocktails and dinner, and you're making a huge mistake with me, and then we can think about whether we want to be with each other. Okay, I'm totally different. But anyway, that's probably what they're trying to avoid. I get it, but I remember looking the guy up, and like mega fucking wallpaper. This guy, but what happened?
He makes her laugh.
What happened was they went on tour. She went on tour. On this violin and organ tour. He's the organist and she's the violinist. And they were doing a world tour for 6 months together, playing in every different cathedral around the world. So what happens? She's with him all the time. They're dining together. They're rehearsing together. They're performing together. After the drinks, they're together. They're probably staying in adjacent hotel rooms. She's going to fall in love with the guy. I'm sure he has great redeeming qualities once you get to know him. And she, of course, is going to get to, I look at these Instagram women and they're like in Paris eating strawberries in front of the Tour Eiffel or whatever. And they're going, you never see, who's sleeping with these women? The photographer. You want to sleep, if you're not a super handsome, super successful guy, you want to sleep with the most beautiful woman in the world, pick up a camera and start learning how to use the most expensive cameras in the world. Because when they fly models out to these remote islands for these fancy shoots on the beach and all of this, it's them, a makeup artist who's usually a lesbian woman with tattoos. She's doing the makeup, so she's out of the picture. And the fucking photographer. And he could be overweight, he can be overweight, as long as he makes them laugh, makes them feel comfortable. And he's with them at dinner. He's with them all the time.
There is a Svengali thing too with photographers, creating an image and a visage that is very powerful to people.
It's very powerful,
especially if you're like
they look at they're super vain and they look at the photo and they go, "Oh my god, look how beautiful you made me." And he's able to compliment them without being creepy. So it's like the gay advantage.
Until they find out he's creepy.
He might be creepy. But the gay advantage is like, you can tell any woman, "Oh my God, you look so beautiful," and you're not creepy because you're gay. Whereas if I say it, I seem creepy, right? But the photographer gets to have both worlds. He can go, "That's your best look. You look so amazing in red, darling."
Yeah.
And it's not creepy because you're literally telling them information they need to know about the work, right?
Sure.
But you still also get to shower the compliments. The photographers in the modeling industry get more tail than any fucking rock star or any movie star you can find because they're with the models.
And they're
all
artists.
The time.
It's very
They're
attractive.
artists, they're expressive. They usually got a lot of personality because they have to make up for their shitty looks and they're dumpy and they're fun at the dinner and there's no stress or creepiness because they're all there together anyway. And they're in the next hotel room. Yeah, and they have the cocaine. And the girls are like, "I don't care, I don't need." And also the girls, like the models that I dated, were always like, "Yeah, I've seen a million hot guys in my life and I don't care."
Yeah,
because they're with these flashy models and they're like, "Oh, they're all brainless or they're all gay or they're all whatever." They want the guy with the character and they want the guy with the personality and so on.
Joe hit it. He's a penis of convenience. It's true. And then they never have, because even when the guys hook up with the model, it's always
it never
lasts. It's always, you're right. It's 100% that. And it's what he just said. It's a complacence. It's a security. We're together, blah, blah. We'll try to make a go of this, and then
it's easy. It's guilt-free. If they do marry anyone, it's either the other celebrity model, which is fairly rare, or it's the studio owner. It's the big boss.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, how many of the girls that I dated were ex-wives of some power Jew in fucking New York? Who owned the entire modeling agency. Constantly, that's the way it goes.
Wow. Somebody
good
just
for
mentioned
them. Good
Tony
for the boys.
Richardson. Yeah, good for them. Yeah, David Bailey was a huge photographer. There's so many. Terry Richardson, bad guy. You're right. He was sexually harass so many people, you know, because sometimes when the girls say no, you just can't believe they didn't. Old school piece of shit, that guy. Did he go to jail for that? I hope he did. I think he might have. I know he got fired by everybody. He used to work for like Vogue and Glamour and Condé Nast and all those great things. But like too many women came out finally. He got Me Too'd hard because he was, you know, they all said it. They said, I won't work with Terry Richardson. Yeah, bad guy. Yeah, bad guy. Anyway, what do you think? We wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Thanks, guys, so much for hanging on in and coming on in for the show tonight. And thanks, Shush, for bringing your insight. And John, I enjoyed your show. I'm going to watch his show back tonight with a bowl of popcorn, see what you guys have to say. But I'm going to try to watch Seven again. I'm in the mood because I slept already. So I'm going to make food and which for me right now consists of soup. I'll tell you, this stuff makes you feel like Superman. So it's not bad. And I kind of like the way it tastes now. I made a short of it.
You don't seem like you have the flu, dude.
I know. I'm much better today. Much better. Yesterday, I mean, I probably sneezed and coughed 8,000 times on the stream.
Oh, really?
So they have me on this stuff called Bromfin. And man, I'm telling you,
maybe it's the Bromfin.
Yeah. Oh, because it totally dried me out. This doctor looks at my ear yesterday, my left ear, and he goes, oh, you have a lot of scarring in there. And I was like, yeah.
Because you're picking it?
No, I have a 40% hearing loss in my left ear from earaches as a kid, and then the metal. And I've had a couple of problems with my left ear. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh no, I had a history of really bad earaches as a kid. So I knew about that. But it's funny, the last time I went to Eazy-E's ear, nose, and throat guy, and usually every time I've ever gone to those people, they always go, what happens? You know, but that guy goes, hey, you know, you're a candidate for a hearing aid. And I said, not so fast, fellas.
Jesus.
Because I have good insurance. And you know what they want to do? Sell you those.
Yeah, well,
because they're really expensive.
That's the problem. Never go to an optometrist to see if your eyesight is good or not, because they want to sell you the glasses.
They want to sell you
to a doctor.
You go to a doctor is right. I was like, because I'm like this. He's doing the boop, boop. I'm like E flat, F sharp, A. You know, like I can hear everything. And then the guy's like, then I hear nothing, and I go, but it was like the whole 4K territory was just like gone.
Over 4K?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You can't mix music.
Oh no. You know I don't. And that's why. I don't.
Over 4.
Yeah.
I mean, had you said 8, it'll be like 4.
But
there's a whole
it comes back later on though. No, it comes back later on. It's like 4 to 6.5. I can't hear shit. And I'm like, I thought there was silence in the cans.
Oh man.
I was like, oh, okay. Ooh, they're tricking me. And then it was there on the other one. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, no, that's why I mean, did you ever listen? You've never heard anything I've mixed. Bob's like, Dirk, don't do that.
The artist should never mix. I've made that mistake many times.
The artist should never mix. You need to take all the work that you've done. You're too close to it. But I have that problem in my
I made that mistake 100 times. Artists should never mix. Maybe arrange the mix, but not mix the mix.
Yeah, you can arrange the mix, but like for the EQs and all that stuff.
No.
Yeah, don't do it. Guys, thanks so much. Joe LaFaro with $20. Thank you so much. Great show to you. Thanks for chiming in and always being a great pal on the show. Joe LaFaro, let's give you a big bang schmack-a-magob for that. Let's give you I never do the monks. Let's do something peaceful. Let's give you let's do that. Thanks to the super chatters tonight. Andrew, JHB, Joe LaFaro, Andre, the professor. Hope you're well. Mike Hammer, thanks so much. Mike Hammer again, thank you so much. Jojo again and Jojo again. Thanks, guys. And thanks, guys. Remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And remember, if you encounter, anybody from the federal government and they tell you to pull over, you should probably pull over.
Maybe just get out of the car. Yeah.
Maybe just get out of the car and don't tell somebody to go get their lunch, big boy. You know what? At the end of the day, it's probably be best you could sort out all that other shit later on, because you never know who's going to go on TV and who's going to say some complete lies against you and make up a bunch of shit. That's called gaslighting. And you know that woman? Her name is Christy.